This is the Mind of the Meanie. Here are your hosts, the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard.
Peace, world, and welcome to the Mind of the Meanie, your weekly peek into the world, according to former WWE superstar and ECW original, the Blue Meanie. We'll cover wrestling, music, movies, sports, and lots of useless knowledge, all contained in the Mind of the Meanie. I'm your tour guide, Adam Barnard, and he is the Blue Meanie. Meanie,
Yes.
what's on your mind?
Oh man. Well, I can say officially today, October 19th, 2024 at 10 a.m. that I kind of feel like a human being.
That's wonderful. Wonderful news.
Brother.
Jesus, man.
I literally feel like I've been sick for a month.
That bad, huh?
Like, yeah. Like we went to Ireland like a month ago.
Yeah.
Which seems like yesterday. And I knew as soon as we booked that trip, I was like, that trip's going to come and go so fast. And yeah, we were over there for a little bit. I mean, while we were there, excuse me, I was like, I start feeling a little, sick. And like, I was okay. And then when we came home, I was like, oh, this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
But today, like, seriously, for like the last month, I've had like chest stuff, head stuff, ear stuff, all hit at once. And the head stuff and the chest stuff's all right. The ears a little still fucky, but once a year, my ears are like nope. So and then you try to clean it and you make it worse. So it's just like we don't do. But it's a beautiful Saturday morning, a little inside baseball for those listening on a Monday morning. If you're not watching us on the live stream here on One True Sport, our the fine folks at One True Sports who host us each and every week.
That's right.
Some great folks, what's the word I'm looking for?
Promote us.
They promote us.
Yep.
They they're productive. Over there at One True Sports. No, great people, love them.
Good stuff.
Happy to be here with you, sir. Beautiful Saturday morning. How are you? How are you?
Good.
How about me? How about you?
This is the Mind of the Meanie, sir. I am good. It is a nice Saturday morning out here. It's going to be 70 degrees here in Downingtown.
Yeah.
Lots of fun stuff happened yesterday, though, which we'll talk about in a minute. In relation to Dirty Dom. But I want to give a shout out to some of our friends here in the chat. We got Aaron Atherton. Hey, what's going on, man? Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. And Andrew, Jesus, with the Yankees again. For fuck's sake, man. You're killing me. You're killing me, bro.
Yeah. It says fucking Yankees. Yeah, the fucking Yankees.
Fucking Yankees. As you're jumping in here, please make sure to drop your Ask Meanie questions. And if you feel so inclined to, you can send us a super chat. So we ask them at the beginning of the Ask Meanie segment, which will come up 10 minutes before the end of the show. All the information is at the bottom there. We'll give you a special shout out and a button at the question. But Matthew Rodriguez is here. He says, hey, guys, from the mountains of Spain hiking. And you're with us, dude. That's sick, bro. Thank you for joining us.
We got a lot of international flavor. We got Matt Rodriguez from the mountains of Spain, and we got Maddie Jazz Cabbage in the room, all the way from Australia.
Right, Maddie Jazz Cabbage is here. I'll have to have Sam give me a nice stinger for Maddie Jazz Cabbage going forward. But I can already hear now, Maddie Jazz Cabbage.
I could have used some of that jazz cabbage over the last month,
Something to relax you, man.
Oh, dude.
No, life is good, man. Had a big pop, man, yesterday.
Yes.
With my conversation with the Dirty Dominic Mysterio for the Takedown on SI, which is part of the Sports Illustrated family. Went pretty big, man. Went pretty big.
I'm excited for you, man. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That was my first. I feel like my first big solo interview. Shout out to Justin from the Wrestling Classic who had me sitting in with his Braun Breaker interview a couple weeks back, and that led to the Dirty Dom interview. But he had some comments about CM Punk and The Rock that that popped off pretty big. And man, he's healing it up. What do you think about Dirty Dom? And actually, let me ask you, Meanie, what do you think about Dirty Dom and a CM Punk feud down the line? What do you think about that?
Oh my God. Well, first of all, excuse me.
Good.
How rude.
You're good.
Dirty Dom's amazing. He's awesome. Just to see how far he's come. And how I was watching your interview with Dirty Dom, and it was cool because he wasn't on it wasn't WWE land, it wasn't WWE TV. He wasn't having to worry about time constraints or crowd interaction. It was just you and Dom in the conversation.
Yeah,
it's cool to see how comfortable he is in the skin in this in this role. But like then again, the dude's been doing this since he was a kid.
Yeah,
he's been around the business since he was a kid. He was literally a child in WWE. I got to be it's funny. I got to be around Dom like early on in his life. Like I did an independent show in Hawaii, and they brought in Dom. I mean, they brought in Ray, and Ray brought his whole family over. A wife. He brought over little Dom. Brought over baby Aaliyah. Baby Aaliyah was just still in a car seat and got to be around him. He's such a good kid. So, I mean, just as a kid, he's a quiet, respectful kid. It was cool to see Ray and Dom interact. We were going, the locals gave us a tour of, Kilauea and all the volcanoes and that stuff. But then, I go back to WWE in 2005 with the BWO, and Dom's there, and they're doing a storyline with Eddie Guerrero and Ray, and just such a nice kid. And so he, flash forward all these years later, he's an adult. He starts training. He trained with Lance Storm for a little bit. I'm sure he trained with a bunch of people, but I remember seeing him train with Lance. And now, he goes to WWE, tags with his dad, does a really cool tribute to Eddie Guerrero with wearing his America flag outfit, that he wore, that Eddie wore with Art Barr.
Yeah.
In AAA. And then he turns heel, and dude, man, once he turned heel, I think he found his calling. Sometimes it takes going heel to get over his babyface kind of. Eventually, I think I could see Dom as a babyface, but now he went from being a heel to a heel. Once he turned on Rhea, the guy was already dastardly Dom. Even though he's Dirty Dom, I'll call him dastardly. The turn on Rhea and stuff like that. But to see him in your interview and just like, half work, half shoot kind of thing, just like doing things on the fly. It was really fun. It's a fun interaction between you and Dom, and I highly suggest everybody go check out that interview. Dude, I'm really happy for you that you're doing this. You're a hustler, bro. You work hard. You're a man in the streets. Doing good stuff. Good shit, pal.
Oh, that's such good shit. That's literally what I said every time I do an interview now. At the end of it, I go in my head or either out loud, like if I'm at one of the press junkets or I'm here. It's such good shit. No, thank you. I genuinely appreciate that. I've been working really hard at this to get to where I am. Yeah. And I feel like it's finally starting to, it's reaping its rewards. Like a newsflash, actually, can you do me a favor and hit the 6ABC button for me? Y'all are the first people to know about this. But my next interview for the Takedown on SI and for Foundation Radio is going to be current Ring of Honor champion Mark Briscoe. I sit down with him on Monday afternoon. Very excited to get that one to you. Somebody I've been really looking forward to talking to for a while. and I got a other couple fun ones in the pipeline that I'm waiting for confirmation on. But no, I'm feeling good, man. It's an exciting time. I appreciate all the feedback, everybody who's watched, everybody who's listened, everybody who shared the article, did a whole write up on SI. I will tell you though, man, it's Matthew actually is in here and says you should do Tony Storm. I would love to interview Tony Storm. I'm open to anybody who wants to come on and talk to me and do a piece. So I have my network out there, and I'll get those folks. But it's still surreal a little bit to see people quoting me like Adam Barnard from Sports Illustrated. You know, like that's a weird thing still. It's like, it's strange.
Get the business cards printed up while you can.
I have the logo. I'll just start handing them out with all of our shows on the back of it. But
it's not lying.
It's no, because it's fucking Sports Illustrated. But I said as soon as I got the gig, the first thing in my head was, oh, I got to do the article about Meanie and Owen. Like that was the first thing that I was like, what am I going to write about? You know, because you get it. You're like, fuck, what am I going to do? And then I'm like, no, we gotta do the right thing here. But I guess
it's always interesting, when you do a new venture, and there's always that moment when you question yourself. I've questioned myself many a times, especially starting this podcast 4 years ago. I was like, man, who's going to give a shit? You have those self doubts. I think it's just human nature. I think everybody has those doubts, but you try not to sell it, try not to show it. But when I start doing this podcast, I'm fucking terrified. And here we are 4 years, later, and me and you are, become great friends through this. And
man,
we're doing good things. But I can see where you would be nervous starting something for Sports Illustrated, something so Sports Illustrated is Americana, it's one of the oldest publications, think back to the day, the swimsuit issue or everything, every athlete wanted to be on the cover of Sports Illustrated, and that was like a huge thing.
Yep.
And now it's going more to the digital age, but you're a part of it, man, and you should be proud.
Thank you, man. I genuinely, I really appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. I guess if you will, baby, I guess all of those selfies paid off. But
hey, were you really there if you didn't take a selfie?
If you weren't, I'm just saying, Meanie, Blue, if I may, for just a second. Were you actually there if you didn't take the fucking picture? I'm just saying. No, just teasing. Lots of jokes here. But no, I genuinely appreciate that feedback and that. I mean, it's like, like I said, I was a fan of yours however many years ago, watching you in ECW, being from Philly, ECW hardcore. And then now being friends with you because of this podcast it's fucking great, man. Like this is something cool that I look forward to doing every single week. And the constant feedback I get from people that I haven't heard from in years will send me a message and they're like, oh my God, I didn't know you were doing a fucking podcast with the Blue Meanie. That's so cool. And I'm like, yeah, dude, it's fucking great. We've been doing it, we talk, it's just, you should listen every week, but no, it's exciting times, man. And I'm just thrilled to be a part of it. But Andrew in the chat here says, Dom is such a heel, all of the girls and the palate of a toddler. That is correct. Him and his chicken nuggets.
That's the heat. That's the heat,
man. And I can tell you this too,
dude. I tell everybody, this is your money maker.
Yeah,
this is your face is your money maker. And you know what gets Dom fucking heat? Yeah, he's a good looking dude who's grown out a mullet and grown a fucking mustache. That people always go, don't grow a mustache; it ages you. Just a solo goatees are cool, but a solo mustache, you might as well be on the box of a WB Mason commercial or something like that. Doing the old, the old,
argy, stab wound. You mean paper cut? Yeah.
I'll beat you down to the docks, good man. Just. As I say, I have a mustache on my face, which
dude, that beard is coming in like crazy, bro. Look at that thing.
Side chops going.
Oof, look at that.
Yeah, just Mrs. Meanie made a
here's a thought.
Message to my side chops looking good. So
have you thought about doing Blue Claws this year? Or say,
I'm always Meanie Claws.
Oh, yes.
Meanie Claws.
But I mean, leave the beard in.
It's a hard, I don't know. I think right after Halloween, this might come off. We'll see.
You could do the Hogan, the Hollywood Hogan with just the blue in the front here, and then the mustache itself. That would look pretty sick, man.
Dude, I filmed. Oh,
Brother.
dude, I filmed the movie, and I had to grow in the mustache for the movie, and because I was playing a mobster, and I had an independent show in between that. And I was like, "What the fuck do I do?" Because this is fucking like my hair was black.
Yeah.
I think I did the spray in blue, but it was weird being the blue meanie with a mustache. And
Yeah.
I was teaming with Al Snow, who's in the green room right now.
Yep.
And he looked at me. God damn it! I just said I felt normal.
He's yelling at me. He's yelling at me in the green room right now, and I got. Real quick, Al. I need you to just take it down a notch. The Haribo gummy bears are on the way. Just chill.
You feel the broomstick hitting the floor underneath your feet.
I don't know if you can hear it. That's him. Al, please just. It's definitely not me smacking my head. Al, please.
That's later. Hi-oh. Show me the lie. Show me the lie. Yeah, mustache.
Mustachioed man.
Yeah, this was like part of leading up to our honeymoon. I was like, well, we're taking professional photographs. We hired a photographer to take photos of us. I need to be clean shaven. I can't have any scruff. So I'm like shaving every day leading up to the day of when we fly out. So after that, I was like, we took the photos. I was like, all right, I'm good. We came home and I just didn't bother fucking shaving. And then I got sick of it. I really didn't feel like doing anything. And it got to the point where Mrs. Meanie hates that in between stubble.
Yeah.
She's like, it fucking hurts. And, but now it's soft enough that she's like, oh, it's okay. So we'll see. But this is, if I haven't mentioned it, which sometimes the worry about doing the podcast is the worry about doing the podcast is, repeating myself a lot. So, but I'm growing in the mustache for our Halloween costumes, which are super kayfabe. We don't like to tell anybody what we're doing until we reveal it, kind of thing. Like as we say, we make our debut. So this is going to be part of the Halloween costume. I think we're doing Halloween up in Connecticut this year. So
cool
with our family. So we'll see what happens. But normally I'm an anti-mustache guy as far as I go. I was like, I hate mustache. But actually this run of the mustache, I'm actually enjoying it. I'm brushing. I have a beard brush. So I've been, doing 1,000 strokes this way, 1,000 strokes that way with the, brushing my eyebrows while I'm at it, just. So yeah, that's that.
Love it, man. That's going to be the name of the episode. Is seriously, I hate mustaches. I've already written it down, but we got a lot of.
I might have used that for an earlier episode, so we'll see.
I'll have to go back and take a look. It'll be something in that
the archives.
Actually, and you should be going through the archives right now. Actually, at mindofthemeanie.com, and you can also go to youtube.com/@mindofthemeanie for our entire archive and every show we've ever done in the history of the world. We have a lot of great questions in here. I dare you, double dog dare you, motherfucker. We have lots of great stuff in here going on. I'm going to throw some of this stuff up here before Ask Meanie comes along. Let's see. Johnny is here. He says, which current wrestler has the best dance moves today?
I mean, fucking Prince Nana's got everybody doing his dance.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody thinks I'm a dancer because I do the Meanie dance, but that's the only move I got. That's my John Travolta up and down thing,
Yep.
Paul Heyman was like, hey, can you dance? I went, in my head, I'm going, no. I'm going, yes.
If I may ask you, sir.
Yeah, Meanie, sir.
Meanie.
Blue. Yeah, that whole dance was a fucking accident. Me and Nova originally doing the Raise the Roof. Booker T was doing the Raise the Roof. And me and Nova doing the Raising the Roof, And in some ways, I just got lopsided. No,
Just went from there.
I wish I could figure out the date I started doing this part, but yeah, it is what it is.
I don't even. I know Matty Jazz Cabbage is here too. He's talking about gentleman Jay Uso, but I don't know if I would necessarily call this, the yeet.
It's
dancing.
infectious, though.
It is. I mean, I watched SmackDown last night. The entire crowd was doing it. It was fucking crazy. He's
up
over
there in the ring doing that like he's at Woodstock '99. Just fucking the whole crowd. That's what people do after I fart. They,
Jesus Christ, yeah. You're killing me. What does that smell?
Put a gif of me in the middle of the ring with Jey Uso fanning me.
I gotta fill up the soundboard with more of these clips, man, and just be like, it smells like Bigfoot's dick. Here we go. I got another one here too.
Smells like Indian food in a dirty diaper.
Smells like a used diaper filled with burnt hair. Hazad's Premium Blenders. What's up, man? Thank you for joining us here. Much love. Any good insane clown posse stories? Meanie, I'm not sure if we've ever talked about Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope, but do you have any good stories about those fellas?
I love those guys, man. I knew them. I knew them when I knew them before they were Insane Clown Posse. Violent J was a independent wrestler in Michigan. He wrestled as, I want to say, Corporal Daniels. He had a military gimmick for a second there, and then he was also Hector Hatchet, and he did some hardcore stuff. I knew Jay more than I knew Shaggy. Shaggy was wrestling as the Sewer Dweller. But the cool thing is, we did shows together, and then we were at one show in Michigan, and Jay was like, "Yeah, I'm starting a rap group, Inner City Posse," and I was like, "Oh man, that's fucking cool," And then I moved back to Philly, and me and Jay had, did I just say Shaggy or Jay? Jay told me.
Jay told you, I think, to have the group, right? Yeah.
CTE, brother.
Hey, man.
I moved back to Philly, from Al's, but John Pee Wee Moore, who's the referee in ECW, was part of that Michigan scene as well. Malcolm Monroe run shows out there. There was a Midwest Territorial Wrestling with Gary Warncheck. I would work for Sabu, all in Michigan. So we're at ECW, and I'm in ECW at the time, and Pee Wee comes up to me and goes, "Hey, Jay's here," using his military name, Jay, his government issue name, Jay Bruce. He's like, "He's here." I was like, "Oh shit!" So I was at the ECW arena, and Violent J's there. So I go out there, and he's like, "Yeah, man." I was like, "Hey, what's up, man? What's going on?" He's like, "Yeah, I got this Insane Clown Posse thing going on." He gives me a CD for Tunnel of Love, the album Tunnel of Love. I was like, "Oh man, congratulations!" And I was super happy for him. I mean, I was there when he had the idea for Inner City Posse. He was doing that, and then, I don't know how much time went between that. My timeline's all blurry, but he comes to Philly to go to an ECW arena show, and all of a sudden he's got Insane Clown Posse, and the next thing you know, they're on MTV News, and they were on Island Records, which was owned by Disney.
Yeah,
kicked off to Disney, and that's probably the best thing that ever happened to him.
Yeah. Gave him a shit ton of notoriety just at that point. Yeah.
The way, everybody thought the warning stickers on the albums and CDs were going to be the death knell, but that was pretty much like, yeah, this is going to be a cool CD if it's got that sticker on it.
I was just going to say that, dude, as a teenager from the 90s.
Yeah.
Like, come on, if you had a fucking goddamn parental advisory sticker on there, there was not a chance in hell that I wasn't buying that album. Like, I was like, this is going to slap real fucking hard.
So they signed the Island Def Jam or Island Records, whatever. So their hardcore, they can't even put stickers on the records. They had to kick them off the fucking label.
Wow.
mean, how much more rebellious do you have to be?
Wait, they kicked him off Island Def Jam?
Yeah, they got kicked off the record
Shit.
label. So
Wow.
if you find the ICP record with an Island Def Jam thing on the back, that's a fucking collector's item.
No
You know?
shit. I had no idea.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Go on YouTube and look up,
Yeah.
you know, MTV News, Kurt Loder, and they're interviewing them about being kicked off the label. I'm
They
sitting at
got
home going, "Holy shit," you know. And then they start coming around to ECW shows, and you know they, gave me a bunch of the CDs and stuff like that. And if you look at some of those CDs, and they were kind enough to put me into thank yous for
Oh, that's cool.
great Malenko, and you know, so it's pretty cool. They're good guys, man, and they created their own universe.
Mm-hmm.
They've
Sure did.
created, yeah, and they have their own WrestleMania gathering of the Juggalos, which I got to partake in one, and it was a lot of fun, a lot of fun. Holy shit!
Yeah.
You're walking around and guys like, oh, I'm from Vancouver. Check this stuff out, and guy has a machine that just blows weed down your fucking lungs, and you're just like, oh. All I do is open your mouth, and the air goes.
One of the gravity bongs, right? Like a stand-up gravity bong.
Oh, dude, I felt like I was being taken aboard a mothership by aliens and being like force-fed weed. I was like, Jesus Christ, this is miraculous.
God, I'm
This
already
is like 2005.
I'm already tripping thinking about it, man.
Brother,
Out in outer space.
Blood is fucking no fucking bullshit.
Now, let me ask you a question real fast.
Of course.
Were you there at WWE when they were part of the Oddities? Was that part of your time as well?
My third day in the company was the day they quit.
Oh,
In
right.
Connecticut, because we did my debut to Philly, went to Baltimore for Monday Night Raw, and then when they would film the Raw for the next week, this is before they were live every week.
Yeah,
we flew up to Connecticut, and that's where my famous first class story happened. For getting a first class ticket and then we get to the building. And I see the clowns. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? We'll hug you, whatever. And they're just sitting around. Before you know it, I go in the locker room. I'm sitting down there, and somebody goes, yeah, Insane Clown Posse just walked out. It's like, oh, that was sudden.
yeah.
Was it something I said? No.
Did I fart too close to them? What happened here?
Yeah, just those pre-Raw arenas, when there's no people and there's acoustics.
I can't remember what regular air smells like.
Exactly. And it was just so sudden. I was like, holy shit. It was like a high and by kind of thing. I guess I didn't like the way the creative was going. So
that's crazy, man.
You catch up with them, over the years. And Jay's a good dude. Mrs. Meanie was cracking up. This is years ago. But we're cleaning out I got boxes full of stuff, and we're going through. I found my back in the day before cell phones and stuff. You'd keep a phone book.
Oh yeah. And
she's like, let me flip through this, and it's like Violent J's beeper number, which I got a good chuckle out of. Just things you would write in a phone book, and then little notes, which I do. In my phone, I have plenty of first names with parentheses McCuskers, just to remind me where I know these, know somebody from.
That's great, man.
McCuskers, parentheses. Oh, do you ever see that meme of the WWE jobber or enhancement guy, or whatever? His name's Bobby Salsa.
Yes, yeah, I saw that the other day.
And it says the name you save when you met the guy who brought salsa to the party, and you save his, Bobby Salsa. I always give people nicknames like that. It's fucking great.
That is hilarious, right? That's how I did it for a while too, because I'm very retentive about my phone. I like to have people's first and last name in there and then like where I know them, but sometimes it's impossible. And there was a guy I met, I was photographing on the boardwalk. I had my film camera with me, and this guy just like started talking to me, and his name was, I think it was Giuseppe. I'd have to pull it up on my phone. And he was like, "Hey, I have this camera that I want you to buy." He's like, "I'm in, hey, Jay, my name is Giuseppe."
Hey,
I was like,
Giuseppe.
"Hey, of course it is. How you doing?" And I was like, he wanted me to buy his camera, and I was like, "Oh yeah, like send me the information." He goes, "Here, take down my telephone number." So in my phone for like I don't know 6 years, I have this fucking guy Giuseppe camera in my phone, and I've never called the guy. I don't even know if he's still alive, but it's just Giuseppe camera.
Yeah, I
And,
gotta do that. I gotta go through my phone.
Oh,
Just
there's
to
so
see
many.
so unfortunately, people have passed away too. It's
Yeah.
like, what's the statute of limitations of taking somebody out of your phone for a little bit?
I was gonna say I think it's the Carlin rule, right? You leave him in there. Sometimes you put him into the into the delete pile, and you just let him sit and hang out there in digital purgatory.
Yeah,
That's probably the best way to do it.
that George Carlin bit is
Oh
master.
man,
Unfortunately, it was his last comedy special too.
there he is, smiling down.
Yeah, they say he's always smiling down at us. What if he's down in hell? He's screaming up at
Screaming
us.
up at us. Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's anything you need, please don't hesitate to ask. What are you gonna do? A fucking resurrection? Take the New Testament. God, I can't wait. I gotta go back. I gotta go
wish
back and watch
Carlin
it.
was alive for now.
Oh God, could you imagine some of the shit he'd be saying right now, dude?
Well,
My
somebody
God.
tried to do it and they got sued,
Oof.
with the digital George Carlin AI comedy special, which I thought was good.
Yeah,
But
I mean, I listened to a part of it. I was just like, I don't know. I feel
well, it's AI,
yeah,
so it doesn't have the proper inflections, but
yeah, the cadence is wrong and all, but
yeah. Yeah.
now I wish, I mean, there's just plenty of stuff out there. Him and Robin Williams both, they had plenty of stuff to say about one particular guy, so you can go back and check that out.
Yeah.
But I will say, because we have a tight ship today, sir, we
That's
have
the
a
only thing
lot
that's
of
stayed on me. But
we have a lot of questions in the chat today for you, sir. So I'm gonna pull the trigger
if I
on
may,
this.
real quick.
Sure.
A couple weeks ago we had a guest,
Oh
Philly
yeah.
Captain, who is the focus of a documentary that's on Netflix right now. So if you have Netflix, go on Netflix, search The Turnaround, and you'll see a shadowy figure of Trey Turner with a baseball bat. It's on Netflix. It's live on Netflix now. Watched it yesterday. It's a quick 25-minute short doc, and it's beautifully done. And if you watch that documentary and you have a dry eye afterwards, you have no
Yeah.
soul. If you're a mental health advocate, please watch The Turnaround. It's a great story. I'm grateful that the Philly Captain came on. I'm grateful that I got to know Philly Captain.
Yeah.
I watch his video blog, his vlogs, and he's a good representation of Philadelphia, but he's a good representation of mental health, and it shows in The Turnaround. So if you have Netflix, go on Netflix, search The Turnaround, and watch it. I was like, man, 25 minutes is short, but when you watch it, you go, this is perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to go take a look at it. I have it on my my For You or my saved or tabbed, whatever it is on Netflix, but I've been waiting to go and watch it. So very excited. Shout out to the Philly Captain. Would love to have you back on again. That was I think, one of my favorite episodes that we've ever done, man. I really enjoyed having him on. What a just a fire hose though. He's just so cool, man. Like I just love listening to him talk and where it's, like all the things he's bringing up. It's just fucking great. But
Quick
love him.
program, am I frozen?
You are not, sir. You are still live with us here. Are you frozen on your end?
Yeah, I got the most peculiar face.
That's weird. I've noticed that on mine too. I have like sometimes it's like here, and then other times I'm like, in this really like gagging type of face, and it's really not pleasant. But no, you're coming up good here. Let us know in the chats, guys, if you see anything frozen.
I'm stuck on
end.
a little programming. No, my screen says I'm stuck on 3344.
Oh yeah, no, and you're still coming through live on my end.
Oh,
so
that's all that matters.
Yep.
That's all that matters.
And here's another thing that matters for you, sir. If I may,
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Are you ready to ask Meanie?
I would love to. It's time to ask me anything. Ask me something.
Yeah, of course.
This is a drizzling shit.
Don't forget to tweet us your questions using the hashtag AskMeanie, and you may hear them on the show or drop them in the chat box while we're here live. And if you use a super chat, we will ask your question first. We have a couple of questions here today. Aaron Atherton wants to know, this is for both of y'all. What's up? If y'all could go back and attend one classic wrestling territory, what would it be? Wait, before you answer that, sir.
Yes.
I'm a
Oh,
little
yeah.
parched. I'm a little parched. What do you got on the blender today there, pal?
I have the Waterloo Peach. Tell me if this is coming through. I'm still.
It is. Yeah, you're good, man. You're good on our end. And I have the cheap shit from Aldi. It's the Sparkling Frost Classic Lemonade. I actually get to go pick up my cheap shit from the vending machine today at the local Walmart. So I'll be bringing back a Pittsburgh favorite for y'all here for longtime fans of the show. If you'll remember, I used to go run down before the show every single week and grab some cheap shit out of the vending machine that was in my building. And it became a hit. So we're going to crack these open here in 3, 2, 1. There she is. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had to do a little assisted Sandman there.
Pinkies up.
Pinkies up.
Oh, that's good shit.
Oh,
Woof.
just what the doctor ordered for this, whatever I got going on.
Right. So if y'all could go back and attend one classic first day with the new mouth, one classic wrestling territory,
Yeah.
what would it be?
As a fan,
Mm-hmm.
Bill Watts UWF
Mm.
or Mid South, dude. That was that was my ECW growing up because I was watching WWF and NWA was good too, but you watch Bill Watts' UWF and every weekend was like a fucking cliffhanger. Such there was great storytelling. So yeah, man, Bill Watts' UWF was my crack as a wrestling fan. And it was like ECW in the way that you had to search for it. It was on the UHF channel for the which I don't know if I have time to explain what a UHF channel is, but I think that channel, the all day Saturday, it was just the weather, and then like 10 o'clock at night, it was UWF wrestling. And then after the wrestling, I think it went back to weather. I'm not sure, but it was a New Jersey UHF channel. So, but yeah, definitely I'd go back to that era. That's some of the best stuff.
Yeah, I would say Jim Crockett Promotions around the time that Magnum TA was starting. I really love that timeline in wrestling. I wasn't alive for it, but I was born in '85. Son of a bitch. But I would like to go back and watch that again just to see it, because I know that like Dusty was big then, and I know the Horseman feud. After even talking to Arn too, it's cool to hear him talk about those things and speak about that time in the industry.
What could have been.
Yeah, and also too, I would like to have seen Bruiser Brody wrestle live. I know Brody was kind of a menace in the ring, and just to be a part of that, the G.G. Allen of the professional wrestling world. Actually, who would be? Here's a question for you. Adam from Downingtown wants to know: in the wrestling world, who would be G.G. Allen? Would it be comparable to G.G. rather? Would it be New Jack or would it be Bruiser Brody?
Fucking Balls Mahoney.
There we go. That's the right answer. That's the right answer.
Yeah, man. The stories I can't tell, but or the stories nobody wants to hear.
Yeah.
Dude, I love and miss Balls Mahoney, but yeah, he would be close to GG.
Phew. And we have our last question here today comes from Matthew Rodriguez. Wants to know, what were your thoughts on, this is his phrasing too, on the worst WWECW pay-per-view I've ever seen, December to Dismember 2006. Did you talk to Paul or the wrestlers in that show, and what were his thoughts? I know that's a very controversial WWECW pay-per-view. Lots of bad things, lots of bad commentary on that. Were you there? What were your thoughts? And did you speak to any of the talent afterwards?
No, I wasn't with the company then. I didn't even watch it as it. I've watched it in retrospect, but like, let me see what's so bad about it.
Yeah.
It wasn't horrible. I've seen worse shows than that.
Yeah.
Go on YouTube and look up Herb Abrams UWF Blackjack Brawl. That's a fucking horrible show.
Thank you.
So bad. It's so
Thank
bad. It's
you.
a classic.
Yeah. That's fucking, even I've seen that, and that's fucking terrible.
Dude, I'm a big fan of bad wrestling. So,
My God.
yeah, I mean, how do you have a lumberjack match that has a count out? I don't get it.
Yeah.
Aren't they supposed to keep you in the ring, the lumberjacks?
That's the whole point of the lumberjack match. I think one of the things that people get upset about when it comes to WWE ECW, and maybe with the December to Dismember pay-per-view, and you can speak on this a little bit more. I think people had an idea in their head about what that brand was going to be, right? And I think when it didn't completely turn out to stay that way, because you had the original, it was a one night stand with the Sandman entrance, and you had the Dudleys, and you had a throwback to everything. I think people got a little bit ahead of themselves with whatever they thought that brand was going to be. So I think when you look at something like December to Dismember 2006, they look at it and they say, well, this is not exactly what we want to do. And do you agree with that, or do you think it's more like maybe fan expectation? And what do you think?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. It's just, I mean, why didn't the invasion angle work in the first place?
Right. Right. Oh, hang tight, everybody. Had a little, what the hell are they called? Technical difficulties. Looks like Meanie's camera bailed out here, but no, I mean, tell me what you think while we're waiting for Meanie to jump back. Do you think that's accurate? Do you think people who watch the ECW or the WWE ECW product, do you think that they were ahead of themselves when it comes to this kind of thing? What do y'all think? Because I'm curious, because I really think that that's probably what happened, was that people had an expectation. And honestly, I would have loved to have seen a WCW redo. I was a big Nitro guy back then, so I'm curious to see what y'all thought. Anybody here in the chat, let us know. Meanie should be back shortly. I think he just had a quick reboot. Here's Andrew saying, speaking of Paul Heyman, I was hoping to see the Wise Man return in Brooklyn as the diplomat that puts the bloodline together. Yeah, dude, I would love to see that. That would be fucking fantastic. I think that's probably the way they're going to go. Excuse me, it's a seltzer kiss there. Yeah, I think that's probably what they're going to end up doing. I'm sure Paul will be back before we get to Survivor Series. And I'm sure Jay and Sammy will be in there. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be the original bloodline versus the new bloodline. And that's when we find that The Rock has been in control of this whole thing the whole time. So give me 1 second. Just talking to Meanie here. He's coming back. He had to just reboot here. Could have used, let me see. Oh, we're live, pal. Yes, we are. We're fucking live. We are live. Thank you for your patience as we work through this. Could have used the originals better when it comes to ECW. Yeah, I mean, like, it's one of those things where it's the same conversation you could have about the invasion, right? Because everybody in their brain, there's a certain part of me that agrees with that, where it's like, hey, there's all these people that we want to have show up. We think we're going to get the Outsiders versus the Kane and the Undertaker, and then we're going to get Goldberg and Austin and Hogan and Austin and all these things. And it's like, well, these guys are still under contract and they're not here. You can't really build to that, because I think those Turner contracts, they didn't want to assume because they were too much money. So they're getting paid out to stay home. I think in hindsight, I know Vince has said, privately, that he said privately that he thought that buying WCW is the worst thing he ever did, as far as from a business perspective. So I am not sure if that's, if he would do that again. I don't think he would, but now we're here in this timeline. So yeah, Meanie's having some technical difficulties, folks. Thank you for joining us on the show here. Invasion was weird because the WWE guys became the WCW heels. Right. Again, it's like you're, from a creative perspective, you're trying to come up with an idea, right, to make the WCW team look heelish or whatever. if it were me, right, if I'm looking at it and I'm looking at this from a perspective of, trying to build a story, I probably would have left Shane in charge of WCW. Like, that's what I think. I would have probably left Shane in charge of WCW. I would have let that storyline ride out and maybe even try to get some airtime for Nitro. Maybe try to find another station for that. But like I said, we live and learn, Meanie. We live and learn. I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's anything necessarily terrible with December to dismember, but I certainly think, people had that expectation about the WWE ECW brand and what it would be. So, what were your thoughts on that?
Well, I like, I was thinking, just, to repeat myself, the reason why WCW didn't, WCW ECW invasion didn't work because they didn't have the original characters. Then you got, this, WWE ECW, you had Sabu and you had Sandman and maybe Francine, but you didn't have a lot of the original ECW characters. And, and they had a lot of developmental guys, which would have been great if it was NXT.
Mm-hmm.
And I always say, NXT, the early NXT had that ECW feel.
Yeah.
So, they brought back the name and they just, it's like Wayne's World when the Noah's Arcade bought the Wayne's World. This is Wayne's basement, but this is a Wayne's basement kind of thing.
Yeah. That's exactly what it felt like. But what it feels like is feels fucking great to do this show with you each and every week, sir. I appreciate you being a part of this program with us here. We want to thank you. We want to thank you for your questions again. Remember, use the hashtag #AskMeanie, and you may hear them asked on the show. Meanie, where can everyone keep up to date, good sir, with all things blue when they're not listening to the program?
If you would like to follow the Blue Meanie on all forms of social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, sort of TikTok, at Blue Meanie BWO on all forms of social media. To support the Blue Meanie, go to prowrestlingtees.com/Blue Meanie. Support Mind of the Me, go to prowrestlingtees.com/Mind of the Meanie. MadCatBeerCare.com, go get the Blue Spruce Beard Oil and Balm. Mr. Josh Thornton is doing an amazing job. All proceeds goes to taking care of all the feral cats in this neighborhood. He takes them to the vet and has them feeling better than when he found them. So if you're a cat lover like myself, go to madcatbeercare.com. The Ultra Pro Wrestling video game coming to all major consoles in 2025. It's been announced. The Ultra Pro Wrestling game contains not only original characters by the amazing Hal Haney, but many real world wrestlers, including myself and many others. They just announced Steve Mongo McMichael, which is awesome.
Ooh, that's amazing.
And, Ric Flair sent out a tweet, which is huge. So, but for more information, go to ultraprowrestling.com or follow them on Twitter at UPW Video Game. That's ultraprowrestling.com or Twitter at UPW Video Game. The Figure Collection's Bone Crushing Wrestlers Series 1 variants of the Blue Meanie are available now. All Series 1s can be ordered right now at shop.figurecollections.com. That's shop.figurecollections.com. Type Blue Meanie in the search bar. Select regular Blue Meanie or BWO Blue Meanie. Either way, there's no wrong choice. To have the Blue Meanie on your podcast, go to podstars.net. That's podstrz.net. Register your podcast, book the Blue Meanie, and let's have a conversation over at podstars.net. Cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO for birthdays, holidays, and well wishes. Book through the site, not through the app. The app takes way too much of your hard-earned money. Let's make somebody's day a little bit brighter over there at cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO. But most importantly, Mr. Barnard, where can we find you, sir?
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Threads at This Is Goober. Yes, it's my handle. No, I'm not changing it. It's a brand, pal. You can find me there. You can also listen to my other show at youtube.com/@Foundation Radio Pod. Foundation Radio is available anywhere you get your favorite podcast. My episode with Dirty Dominic Mysterio is up now, audio and video. And perhaps maybe I'll throw a bonus episode on the Mind of the Meanie feed. Who knows? I'll talk to Meanie about that, and we'll see if you can check it out there. That way you can subscribe to that show as well. Don't forget to check out the piece as well on the Takedown on SI. Part of the Sports Illustrated family. It's where you'll find all my work, my news beat, and my feature writing as well. Don't forget, Mark Briscoe is coming up within the next week, I think, as long as everything goes to plan. You'll be able to read that. Go to the 10th Ward Barbershop in downtown Lawrenceville in the outskirts of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You can see me there. You can see my friends over there, Kane and Jordan, get their haircuts over there. Schedule at 10thwardbarbershop.com. Don't forget to go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Foundation Radio, ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie. Pick up a shirt. Keep the lights on at Casa de Meanie and the Barnard Home for Wayward and Troubled Youth. Meanie, I want to thank you, good sir, for being here with me each and every week. I want to make sure that we thank all of our fans here for watching the show. And don't forget to tell a friend. Go to patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Sign up today. Tiers start at just $10 and follow us at our socials underneath the video here for the Blue Meanie. I am Adam Barnard. Join us again each and every week as we take a trip through the mind of the Meanie. Peace.
Blue World Order.
This episode of Mind of the Meanie is hosted and executively produced by the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard. It was mixed and engineered by Carl Pinnell. Additional narration is provided by the executive voice, Sam Krebs. That's me. Our intro music was performed by the Swamp Candles. Our outro music was performed by Chikara. Additional musical accompaniment is performed by Enrichment. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, or X or whatever, at Mind of the Meanie, and become part of the Pod Squad by going to patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Find our entire show archive at mindofthemeanie.com. This has been a Butts Carlton media production. Butts Carlton, proprietor.
Blue World Order.
That was Blue Meanie's brain out.